What is going on YouTube? It's Sankey and we're back with another one. Alright guys, so in this video I'm coming out with a few more penny stock plays that will double this year. So you can add these to the ones I've already given you over the weekend so you are set and ready to crush the markets with me this week. Now we're also going to be covering the charts in this video and for the rest of the month so you guys can level up your investment game. So I've got a jam-packed one for you, so do make sure you stick this one all the way through for me. And also if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the journey. Now before I get into the first play, we need to cover off one of our existing penny stock plays because they've had an update today and I want you guys to be set with a strategy. Let's go. Up on screen, that's MGC Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol MXC. This is the medical cannabis company that I put the channel on last week. Now you guys know this is the first of their kind listed on the London Stock Exchange. They've got 2 products in clinical trial phase. They've got their lead candidate and they're set for good things and they're doubling up this year. So today they've told us that their preclinical research for the treatment of brain cancer has been expanded into looking into nanotechnology. Also, some of their research is being published in a medical journal. So there we have it, our players making good initial steps towards achieving greatness. Now there's some good catalysts coming along to push that stock price up. Got to remember there are those 2 products that they have in trial phase, and if we hear good news on those, that's going to give that stock price some good momentum. Also, any positive news on the actual industry itself should give this stock a push up. So like I said, we're making our way towards doubling on this play. Now, a lot of you have reached out to me today and said that your orders are taking long to process when you're trying to pick up some stock in MXC. My suggestion to you would be try and place a smaller order. So cancel your large order, place smaller orders, and they should be able to go through quicker. Up on screen we have SOS. Now this is a blockchain and big data company that's historically been focused on emergency services, financials and insurance industries. So if we take a look at the chart, you can see last week this place had a big run up in that stock price, but I want to tell you guys this play is just getting started. We know right now they're diversifying their business into crypto mining, taking full advantage of the rise that we're seeing right now in cryptocurrency. Also got to say this is a well capitalized business. It was only a few weeks back they exercised around 24 million ADRs, giving them 50 million in cash. A short time after that, they went ahead and announced a secondary stock offering, giving them a further $110 million. Now, guys, we've seen this with a lot of our plays. They go ahead and take advantage of that high stock price, have the cash on hand to grow, scale, and fund their business. Now, they've come out and said they're going to use that capital to really get into the crypto sector by buying up a load of miners and acquiring businesses in the cryptocurrency sector. So they've gone ahead and announced that they're acquiring 15,000 miners. So that is the amount of miners that we will see a pure play Bitcoin miner go ahead and make a purchase order for. That's an Argo blockchain, that's a Riot blockchain. Now to put it into perspective for you guys, that $110 million stock offering that they've gone ahead and announced gives them firepower to acquire 75,000 miners. And we know a GOAT in the Bitcoin mining industry, that is Marathon Pater Group, they have 100,000 miners on the way. So if SOS wanted to, they could be a real contender in this Bitcoin mining space. Now with a $300 million market cap, there's a lot more room for that to balloon as this company scales and grows. Now what we're seeing right now is a lot more companies diversifying and buying Bitcoin miners to take full advantage of crypto. We're seeing it with DPW, we're seeing it with SOS, and a lot more is on the way. So I want you guys to keep a keen eye out on the market for those plays that are diversifying and acquiring those Bitcoin miners. Guys, let's talk strike price on SOS. If you can catch this one under $7, consider joining us and loading up on this one because this play is just getting started. Up on screen we have Denison Mines, that's ticker symbol DNN. This is a uranium mining play. If we look at the charts, you can see they're on the move right now, but there's a lot more room for them to run because they're still in their infancy, but they're starting to gain momentum and traction. So I want to make sure they're on your radar. Now, Denison Mines own 90% of Wheeler River. This is one of the largest underdeveloped uranium projects in the eastern region of Canada. So if Denison Mines are able to execute that business mission and develop these mines, you can see that stock price soar a lot higher. Last week, they also announced a $25 million bought offering, which gives them the cash they need to do the assessments, do the evaluations, to push this project closer towards completion. Now guys, what you're going to start to see is a lot more uranium plays start to do very well. Uranium, that's just part of the alternative energy space that's doing well at the moment, so keep your eyes peeled on those plays in that sector. At $1.10, Denison Mines is in their buy zone, so load up on this one. This is just another one of our channel plays that's set for greatness. Alright guys, so it's our session on chart analysis, and today we're going to be going through the Heiken Ashi candles, and this is going to give you an indication if that stock is going through a strong upwards or downwards trend, or if there's a price reversal on the way, and you can use this to give off signals if you should buy or sell that play. So up on screen, as an example, we have the BioNano share price graph. Now we have a simple line chart, but if we switch this over to a Heiken Ashi candle graph, it can tell us a much better story of what is going on. So the Heiken Ashi will show these candles that are either blue or red, and they'll have shadows at the top and the bottom. Now we can use the Heiken Ashi, as mentioned, to show us if that stock price is currently going for a strong upwards trend, and if it is, then it might be a good time to buy in because it's going up, or if there's a reversal, at which point we might want to hold off our buying decision until we can confirm what's happening with that stock price, and if it's a strong downwards trend, which means that we should probably hold off buying in at that point in time because a better entry point is coming soon. Now the Heiken Ashi shows us it's a strong upwards trend if we get several consecutive blue candles without a bottom candle. So in this situation here, we can see we're in a strong upwards trend, and it's given a good buy signal if we can catch this one just at the bottom of the run up. Now after a strong run up, when we have a candle that's got a bottom shadow on it, like we can see here, it's only a small shadow, but it's still there. That shows us that there's a potential trend reversal on the way. And as correctly predicted, there is a trend reversal and it goes downwards, and it's a strong downwards trend. And we know that because there's no top shadow on these candles. So at this point, when you see that there's candles without top shadows, you don't want to buy in at this point because there's a strong downwards trend and a better entry is going to open up down here. Alright guys, been rocking with the channel, you know what time it is. Now this question comes from Simon. He says, I want to be as diverse and future proof as possible. I want to invest into the hydrogen, lithium and clean energy over time. Do you think making a pie and consistently investing into it is a good idea? Also, I don't want to own too many stocks as I don't want to feel overwhelmed. How many of each type of stock would you suggest I go for? Now this is a great question. There's many parts to it, and I know it'll help a lot of you out. Firstly, you mentioned that you want to be as diversified and future-proof as possible. This is a great idea, and you guys know I always say keep your portfolios diversified. This is how you reduce your risk, but also ensure you're positioned in all the high-growth industries so your portfolio generates great returns. Now you mentioned the hydrogen, the lithium and the clean energy sector. We like those over here. All of our plays in those sectors are doing very well at the moment. There's a couple more ways you can diversify into EV and all the subsectors that go with it. Your gaming, your gambling sector as well, your cloud sector. There's a lot of others for you to consider to build out a full diversified portfolio. Now you mentioned, should you set up a pie and consistently invest into that? Now there's two ways to invest. You have your passive approach, like that one where you could set, the first day of every month and it automatically invests into all your plays in your pie, or take a more active approach like we do on the channel where we try and get in at the best times. For example, when that stock dips down, we can catch the dip, maximize our returns. Now both are good options. It just depends on your time constraints. So if you have time to manage your portfolio, be on top of it, then take the active investment approach. If you don't have time, you're time constrained, then you might want to look at the automatic investing within the pie feature. Now lastly, you mentioned you don't want to feel overwhelmed by having too many stocks within your portfolio. Now you have your clean energy, you have your lithium and you have your hydrogen. If you have 2 or 3 plays within each, that's a good start, and you'll be able to keep on top of it and manage that portfolio well. Alright guys, that wraps things up. Do hit that like button for me, it really helps the channel out. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the journey. Also check out the link down below to the Patreon where you can get access to our Discord and join our great team of investors over there and enter some additional plays with us. Now as I always say, stock market is rapidly moving. Check into the channel each and every day. Ahead of markets opening tomorrow, there's one thing left to say. Let's go!